three different colors, the yellow, orange, white, and the blue. I'm personally partial to the blue version here, but they all function exactly the same. So the first thing that's going to stand out to a lot of people is the absence of a traditional D-pad, and I really wish they would have added one here. It would have made the experience a lot better, but like I mentioned, you can get used to this little rocker D-pad. Personally, I prefer using the analog stick on this unit since the D-pad isn't traditional, but the analog stick works well enough, and it definitely reminds me of the Nintendo Switch. Other than the makeshift D-pad and the analog stick, we also get A, B, X, Y, C, D, home, start, and select. There are no buttons on the back of this unit, so you will have to substitute one of the front buttons for your triggers. Over on the left-hand side, we have our power button plus an LED indicator. This will let us know that the unit is charging or powered up. On the right-hand side, we have our volume rocker for volume up and down. And on the very top of the unit, we have a micro HDMI out, 3.5mm audio jack for headphones, SD card slot, and our micro USB for charging. In my opinion, the way this thing's laid out, it was designed for arcade games, MAME, FBA, Neo Geo, and things like that, but it does support PSP, Dreamcast, N64, SNES, Mega Drive, PC Engine, like I mentioned, MAME, FBA, Neo Geo, and a few others. Don't expect this to run every Dreamcast and PSP game at full speed, but it does do a pretty good job with a lot of the lower end stuff. It's got a really nice user interface, and if you've ever messed around with any of the Pandora's boxes, you'll be used to this. It has a search function, a category function, so you can get to whatever game you want to play pretty easily from the main menu. And all in all, this unit is actually running a modified version of Android. And with an external keyboard, I was actually able to enter the Android settings, so we'll take a look at that by the end. But for this video, I just kind of want to give you an idea of what this thing can really do. So one thing that a lot of people are going to be worried about is the D-pad. Now you can get used to it, and I did miss a few of these special moves here using the D-pad, but overall it actually works better than I thought it would when I first saw this. Even though it works quite well when you get used to it, I still wish they would have added a traditional D-pad to this unit. And as you can see, HDMI out does work, so you can plug this into an HDMI enabled TV or a monitor like I have here. I do have this controller paired over Bluetooth, but nothing's happening, and even through the key mapping system in the menu, I cannot map this controller. So that's something else I'll look into in the next coming days. So in the end, it's definitely not a high-end handheld, but it does work well for the older stuff, especially FBA, MAME, Sega Genesis.